very good morning to everyone. This is A. Shubhangi Rao, working as an assistant professor in Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at MLR Institute of Technology. Today, we are going to discuss some problems on how to calculate capacitance by using Laplace equations. So, let's take few examples and understand the calculation of capacitance using Laplace equation. So, the first question is, we have to solve Laplace equation for a potential field in a homogeneous region between two concentric conducting spheres with the radius A and B. Okay. In this question, you can see two concentric spheres are given. Okay. Their radius are first the inner sphere radius is A and the outer sphere radius is B. And here it is clear that B is greater than A. Now if the potential V is equals to 0 means on second sphere, the bigger sphere, the potential at R is equals to B is V is equals to 0. And at R is equals to A, potential is V naught, means here the potential is V naught. Inside sphere and outside sphere, V is equals to V0. V is equals to 0. Right? So, we have to find out the capacitance between these two concentric surfaces, spheres, right? So, now see, at R is equals to B, V is equals to 0. That means outer sphere is at 0 potential, right? The field intensity E will only be in the radial action, hence V is changing only in the radial direction. That means like this. Okay, means it is becoming from V0, it is becoming 0 only in radial direction, means we can say it is only the function of R, right? So we have to use Laplace equation, and this Laplace equation is del square V is equals to 0. Okay, and here del square V, it is only the function of R. We will write the equation as 1 upon R square dou R by dou R, R square dou V by dou R is equals to 0. Right? Then when we solve it further, it becomes dou by dou R, R square dou V by dou R is equals to 0. Okay. Now what we will do? We will integrate it 2 times. So on integration, first time we get as R square dou V by dou R is equals to, we will get C1. Again we will do integration and we get dou V by dou R is equals to C1 upon R square is equals to, we will get C1 R to the power minus 2, right? And when we are again integrating, we are getting V is equals to minus C1 upon R plus C2. So this is the equation of potential, and here we need to use boundary value. Which boundary value? Where V is equals to 0 at R is equals to B and V is equals to V naught at R is equals to A. So one by one we will put, let us put the first value here, and this will become 0 is equals to, this is minus C1, R is equals to B plus C2, right? So from here we are getting C2 is equals to minus C1 upon B. And when we are using this boundary value, we will get V naught is equals to minus C1 upon A plus C2, right? And C2 is equals to, already we have calculated, it is V naught is equals to C1 upon A, and C2 is equals to, from this equation we can write C1 by B. So basically what we are getting? We are getting V is equals to, minus V naught also, negative sign we can keep this side, and we will get V naught is equals to C1 into 1 upon A into minus 1 upon B, and C1 we have taken common outside. So this is V naught. Okay. Now from here this C1 equation we can write as C1 is equals to minus V naught upon 1 upon A minus 1 upon B, and just to avoid negative sign we can just swap this, so it will become V naught upon 1 upon B minus 1 upon A, right? This is our C1, and C2 is equals to C1 by B, which can be written as V naught upon B into 1 upon B minus 1 upon A. So we have got both C1 and C2 values, and from here we can find out the equation of potential, and this equation is minus V naught, okay? And here what we will write, this is R 1 upon B minus 1 upon A plus V naught into B 1 upon B minus 1 upon A volts. This is the equation of voltage in terms of with the value of C1 and C2, right? Now we will use the formula E. E is equals to, we know it is negative gradient of V. So again is, as we know it is only the function of R, we will write this formula as E is equals to minus del V is equals to minus dou V by dou R AR. We have the equation of V here, we will put into this formula and we will get the equation of E. So E, on solving this equation, we will get 1 upon B minus 1 upon A R square AR volt per meter. This is the equation of E. So we have got potential, we have got electric field. Now by using this equation of E, we can find out D. And D is equals to, the relation between E and D is equals to epsilon E. So here we will take this formula, and from here we can calculate D, and this we will get as epsilon V naught upon 1 upon A minus 1 upon B R square coulomb per meter square. This is the equation of D. Still we have to calculate capacitance, right? So to know that, we will use the boundary condition between conductor and dielectric, okay? And by this boundary condition we know that flux density will always be normal to the surface, means we get this component dN. And also we know that rho s is equals to dN, right? Which is nothing but D, and D which we already have got is epsilon V naught upon 1 upon A minus 1 upon B R square coulomb per meter square, right? This is rho s, okay? Now from here we can find out Q. So Q is equals to rho s into surface area of sphere of the radius R. Basically we are using this formula, rho s is equals to Q by S, where Q is the total charge, rho s is the surface charge density, and S is the surface area. So from here we are calculating Q is equals to rho s into S. And rho s, as we know, we already have calculated, we have got rho s as epsilon V naught upon 1 upon A minus 1 upon B R square, and surface area of sphere of radius S will be 4 pi R square, right? And when we further solve it, we get the value of Q as 4 pi epsilon V square upon 1 upon A minus 1 upon B coulomb. This is Q. Now as we know that we have a formula that capacitance is equals to charge upon the potential between the two spheres. So already we have derived the equation for Q as well as we have derived the equation of potential, right? So we will use both the equations in this formula, and we get 4 pi epsilon V naught divided by, we will get 1 upon A minus 1 upon B upon V naught, right? And on further solving, we will get C is equals to 4 pi epsilon upon 1 upon A minus 1 upon B. This is the capacitance and the unit is farad, right? That is how we can calculate capacitance by using Laplace equation, right? Let's take one more question to understand it better. So in this question, we have to use Laplace equation to find out capacitance per unit length of this coaxial cable. Now you can see there are two coaxial cables. One is inner cable whose radius is A. Another one is the outer cable whose radius is B, right? And also in the inner cable means at R is equals to A, the potential on the inner cable is V0 and potential at outer cable whose radius is B, the potential is V is equals to 0, right? So it is clear from this that we are going to consider cylindrical coordinate system, right? And we know that the field intensity E is in radial direction from the inner to outer cylinder. That means the potential equation which we are going to use here will only be the function of R and it will not be the function of phi and z, right? So let's solve it. Laplace equation is del square V is equals to 0, and as I said that the field is only the function of R, so this equation can be written as 1 upon R dou by dou R, R dou V by dou R is equals to 0, right? And this will become dou by dou R, R dou V by dou R is equals to 0, right? Now we will integrate it 2 times. So on first integration we will get R dou V by dou R is equals to C1, and then when we further integrate it we will get V is equals to C1 ln R plus C2. So this is the equation of potential. Now we have two boundary values here. First one is V is equals at R is equals to B, V is equals to 0, and at R is equals to A, V is equals to V0. So one by one we can put both the conditions. So when we put first condition, it will become 0 plus 0 is equals to C1 ln B because R is equals to B plus C2, and second equation becomes V2 is equals to C1 ln A plus C2, right? So now we have these two equations. By using these two equations we can find out the value of C1 and C2, right? So when we calculate we will find C1 as V0 upon ln A by B, and C2 we get as minus V0 ln B by ln A by B. So these are the equations of C1 and C2, and by putting these two equations in the potential equation we get V is equals to V0 upon ln A by B, and here we will have ln R minus V0 ln B upon ln A by B volts, right? So this is the equation of potential. Now since we have to calculate capacitance, before that there are few more steps. First we will calculate V, then we are calculating E, okay? So E is equals to, we know the formula, negative gradient of V, and this becomes minus dou V by dou R, AR, because it is only the function of R, radially outward field we are getting. So phi and z component, as I said, it will be 0. So when we solve it further, we get E is equals to minus V naught upon R ln A by B AR volt per meter, right? So this is the equation of field. Next, we will calculate flux density. So the relation between flux density and field intensity is D is equals to epsilon E. So here we have to put the equation of E into this formula, and D becomes epsilon V naught upon R ln B by A. This negative sign has been removed because we have kept ln B by A in place of ln A by B. And the unit vector is AR and the unit is coulomb per meter square. This is the value of flux density. Now again, we will consider the boundary conditions. We know that the D is existing normal to the surface, right? Means dn term will be there. So we can write D is equals to dn, which is nothing but V naught epsilon R ln B by A AR, and from here we can find out rho s is equals to mod of dn. So when we solve it, we get V naught epsilon upon R ln B by A coulomb per meter square. This is basically surface charge density. So now we have got rho s. After getting rho s, we can find out Q, and the formula is Q is equals to rho s into A, S or A. So total charge present on the surface is equals to charge density into the area of surface, right? So this can be written as Q is equals to rho s, and rho s value we already have got as V naught epsilon upon R ln B by A, and surface areas of inner cylinder will be 2 pi R and the length is L. So on further solving, on simplifying, this equation becomes Q is equals to V naught epsilon 2 pi L upon ln B by A coulomb, right? So this is the equation for charge. Now the relation between charge and capacitance is C is equals to Q by B. That means capacitance is equals to charge upon the potential between the two cylinders, right? Already we have equation of Q as V naught epsilon 2 pi L by ln B by A divided by the potential equation is, this is, we can write as V naught, and when we further solve it, we will get C is equals to 2 pi epsilon L by ln B by A farad, right? Now we have to find out capacitance per unit length. Per unit length means L is equals to 1 meter we can keep, and when we put L is equals to 1, we get C is equals to 2 pi epsilon ln B by A, and because we are finding out capacitance per unit length, this unit will become farad per meter, right? So that is how we can calculate capacitance by using Laplace equation. Hope it will be helpful to you. Thank you so much.